$27. A 10, a 5, and 12 ones, smoothed flat one by one on a pharmacy counter at 11 o'clock at night. That was everything June had until Friday. Not most of it, all of it. And she was counting it out for a man she had met 90 seconds ago. To understand why a cleaning lady with rent due would hand a stranger her last dollar, you have to see the whole day. It started, like all her days, in the dark. June had cleaned the same office tower for 22 years. Nights, so the building never had to see her. She knew which desks held photos of grandchildren and which held nothing at all. She watered a plant in the lobby that belonged to nobody, and every night at 2, she left a coffee on the guard's desk without being asked.
You spoil me, June. I'm telling you, one day, I'm putting you in my will.
That week, her hours had been cut. After rent, after the electric bill, she had $27 to last until Friday. Bus fare, bread, and not one thing more. Before this story goes on, tell us in the comments where in the world you're watching from. We love seeing how far these stories travel. And if you believe quiet kindness still matters, make sure you're subscribed. She stopped at the pharmacy on the way home for aspirin, the store brand, $1.19. The old man ahead of her was having a worse night. His card went in, declined. He tried it again, slower, the way people do when they already know. Declined.
That's embarrassing. I seem to have a problem tonight.
He checked his pockets and found them empty, and June watched a tall, proud old man fold up small, right there under the fluorescent lights. He slid the little white bag back across the counter.
I'll come back Friday. Some things can wait.
The pharmacist looked at the bag and looked at him and said quietly that some things really shouldn't. June didn't decide exactly. Her hands were already open on her purse. A 10, a 5, 12 ones. She smoothed each bill flat on the counter like she was making a bed.
Ma'am, no. Absolutely not. I can't let you do that.
You're not letting me. I'm just quicker than you. My mother used to say kindness is the only money that never runs out. Everything else runs out all the time.
She pushed the little bag into his hands, told the pharmacist to keep the change for the aspirin she was leaving behind, and walked out before the old man could even ask her name. The bus fare was in the register now. June walked the 40 blocks home, in the cold, and if you asked her, she'd tell you the strangest thing. She felt rich the whole way. If you believe what she believed, write, "Kindness is never wasted" in the comments, and mean it. Now here is the part June never saw. The old man walked 11 blocks to a building with marble floors and a doorman who had been worried sick. His wallet had been stolen that evening, on the one night of the year he goes out alone, to the old neighborhood, to the little pharmacy where he first met his wife 51 years ago. She was gone now. The walk was how he still talked to her. His name was Walter Abernathy, and when the doorman asked if he should call someone about the wallet, Walter said no. He had one phone call in mind, and it could wait for morning.
Gerald, find out who she is. The cleaner from the tower on 5th. That's all I want. A name.
June woke to engines. 3 black SUVs stood in a line outside her building, shining like they had been washed twice, and every window on the street had a face in it. June's first thought was that someone important must be lost. Her second thought, when the knock came, was that trouble had finally found the wrong door. A polite young driver stood in the hallway with an envelope in both hands. "Are you June?" he asked. "Mr. Abernathy would like to return something. He asked me to say it exactly like that. And then he asked me to drive you to work. You'll never have to walk those 40 blocks again." They drove her to the one address she knew better than her own, her tower, the one she had cleaned for 22 years. The elevator went past every floor she knew and opened on the one floor she had never been given a key to. By the window stood the man from the pharmacy, the missing button gone, the worn coat gone, and the name on the building's deed standing up straight inside a very good suit.
You'll want to sit down, June. Last night, I couldn't pay for my own medicine. It was the best thing that's happened to me in years.
You. You own the building. I clean your floors.
No, you kept my building human for 22 years. I checked. The guard, the doorman, half the night staff, everyone had a story about you. I only needed one.
He opened the envelope and counted it out the way she had. A 10, a 5, 12 ones, smoothed flat one by one on the desk between them.
$27. Debts first. My wife kept the books in our first shop. She'd have never let me forget it.
You don't owe me anything, Mr. Abernathy. It was just medicine.
It was not just medicine. It was everything you had. I have been handed a great deal of money in my life, June, and none of it ever cost the person giving it anything at all. Yours cost you a bus pass, dinner, and 40 city blocks. That makes it the largest gift I have ever received.
Then he walked her down to the lobby, to the dusty corner space by the doors, the old newsstand, empty for 6 years. June had wiped its windows 1,000 times and once told Sam on a slow night exactly what she would put there. The coffee machine, the warm rolls, the 3 little tables. Sam, it turned out, had remembered every word.
A breakfast counter. Your name over the door. I put up the space and the fittings. You put up the recipes and the mornings. Partners. This is not a gift, June. I don't do gifts. I'm investing in the only person in this building who gives things away.
Mr. Abernathy, I can't take this. I wouldn't know how to take this.
You already paid the deposit, $27. I have it in writing.
They painted her name on the glass in gold. June's. On the first morning, the line went out the lobby doors, and the first coffee went to Sam, free, the way it always had. And halfway down that line, holding his clipboard like a shield, stood Mr. Dean, the supervisor who had spent years reminding June how easy she was to replace.
June, this is, well, congratulations. I always said you were the best we had.
June just smiled and warmed his roll and charged him the same as everyone else. Kindness, her mother used to say, not amnesia, but kindness. Walter came every morning at 8, corner table, 1 coffee. He called it the interest on his $27, and he paid for it every single day, and June never once managed to stop him. They talked about his wife. They talked about her mother. 2 people the world had quietly stopped seeing who had somehow seen each other in a pharmacy line at 11 o'clock at night. People ask June if the 2 of them ever became more than friends. She just smiles and says some things don't need a name. On the anniversary every year, they walk to the little pharmacy together and buy 1 bottle of aspirin, store brand, $1.19. The pharmacist keeps the change in a jar under the register. Nobody has ever explained the jar to head office. June still has the $27, smoothed flat in a frame behind the counter. Not because she needs it, because some money isn't for spending. Some money is for remembering what you were willing to live without, and what came back when you did. Now be honest with me. Some of you are saying she was foolish. Rent comes first, and strangers can't be trusted. Others are saying it's the only thing a good heart could do. Which one are you? And has a stranger's kindness ever come back to you when you least expected it? Tell me your story in the comments. I read them all. And if this one found you, share it with someone who gives quietly and subscribe. There's a new story every week.